Looksmaxxing is doing a lot more harm than good, right? Because it actually makes you a lot more feminine, right? And before you guys come at me in the comments, before all the face Looksmaxxing guys, before all the bone smashers come attacking me at the comments, I'm not against Looksmaxxing, right? I'm not saying Looksmaxxing is a bad thing. I just think these days, the extreme that people are taking it to is the problem. And I think because people are taking it to an extreme, it's actually making things worse, right? I think that when you over focus on like little details like your jawline, you start bone smashing, which is actually going to damage your nerves and shit like that. Wearing makeup, like guys wearing makeup now, it starts to feel a little bit feminine. It starts to feel like that's something that a woman would do. Not face smashing, but like just the idea of like over optimizing how you look in the mirror. You're constantly worried about it. Oh, you got to fix up your makeup. Oh, my jawline. You know, it starts to feel like more feminine because you're so fixated on how you look, and it actually makes you feel and act more insecure. You act like a woman at that point, right? And I noticed that like with this whole trending thing with he's gotten a lot more popular now with Clavicular. I can't even say his name. Jesus Christ, Clavicular or whatever he calls himself. I'm not gonna lie, he's a pretty like articulate dude. He knows how to articulate himself. He sounds like a smart guy, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's just some of his ideas that I just can't really get behind, right? And I just feel like this whole trend of Looksmaxxing, it's actually doing a lot more harm than good because the ideas that is being pushed out is that, you know, guys should be hopping on steroids, guys should be doing bone smashing, guys should be, you know, over optimizing themselves. But I feel like it's never that deep because like, what are you trying to solve for at the end of the day? Like, I get it at the end of the day, like, don't get me wrong. You should be trying to improve your looks, like the basics, like grooming, you know, brushing your teeth, you know, using, like whitening strips to whiten your teeth out. You know what I mean? Getting haircuts, you know what I'm saying? Maybe trying out minoxidil for your facial hair, all those type of stuff, you know, like skincare routines, all that stuff is good. Working out, gym, all that stuff is valuable and you should be doing it. I'm not arguing against that. I'm just arguing against like guys going to the extremes, you know, taking steroids, bone smashing, you know, getting surgeries to fix certain things on their face. Like I don't think it's that deep. Like that, and that's why like the most important thing I always say is just touch grass, right? Go outside and see reality for what it is because a lot of people are kind of acting in a delusional way. Like I get it. You want choosing signals from women. You want to get female attention, but at what cost? You know what I mean? I don't think it's that deep to do all that. I think like if you just focus on the basics and you get in the gym, get in shape, you have a skincare routine, you brush your teeth 2 times a day, you get a nice haircut, just do the basic grooming and you're on your fitness journey, I think you should do okay. Right? Like I don't think it's that deep to where you need to take a hammer and bro, like I don't think it's ever that deep. Right? And by the way, if you need help getting in shape, hit the link in the description, download my free PDF workout guide so that you can actually get in shape for 2025, right? Hit the link in the description down below, free guide. With that free guide, you'll be added to the newsletter. So what are you waiting for? Hit that link in the description and make sure you like this video and subscribe while you're at it. But like I was saying, the main point I really want to get through to you guys is you need to think for yourself. You need to like, even with my videos, like my videos are based off my own experiences, right? And some of my insights may not work for you, right? And that's okay, right? You just take what does work for you and reject what doesn't. And you have to do that with all the information and all the content that you consume on social media, right? You don't take everything for like, this is the 100% gospel truth. No. You have to discern, right? Especially in this Looksmaxxing space, you need to discern like, okay, does it make sense to take a hammer to my face and, you know what I mean? Like you need to use your common sense because I feel like these days people are just looking for like a messiah to follow. They're looking for some kind of like someone to blindly follow. But at the end of the day, like you are in control of your own life. Nobody knows your life better than you, right? So you need to pick and choose what works for you. And you're not going to be perfect. You're going to mess up. You're going to stumble. But the key idea is that you're making your own decisions because at the end of the day, no other influencer knows what's best for you but you. So you need to be able to discern what's right and reject what's bad, right? Because I noticed like a lot of guys were just going to fall victim to this like following after someone just blindly like a sheep, right? It comes down to just living life in real life, man. Touch grass, go outside, see what's actually going on. From my personal experience, like I found that like Bodygame works, right? You're not gonna command attention from a room by mewing. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, people will pay attention to your face, like doing the basic grooming routines. I'm not denying that. But if you really want to have that effect, people turn heads at you, bro, build a physique that commands attention, never bores the audience. Build an impressive physique. I'm not saying you got to be a roided out bodybuilder. I'm not saying you need to hop on steroids and, be super like unrealistic. I'm just saying around 15 to 18% body fat with a decent amount of muscle size to you, right? And that's not hard to do. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do it, but not many people will. Look outside, go to Walmart, go to Superstore, go to your average store. Not many people are actually jacked. Tell me how many people you see who are actually jacked. It's not many, right? It makes you a commodity getting jacked, getting in shape, hopping on Bodygame. Right? That's why I preach it so hard, because I've seen what it has done in my own life. And I feel like it can do the same for you, right? And obviously, take it with a grain of salt. Like, try it out for yourself, right? There's no harm in going to the gym and putting in the work, right? There's no harm in, trying the shit out for yourself and see if it works for you. You know what I'm saying? And I actually had a nice, a comment a while ago, and he actually made a really great point. He was talking about how he had recently been in the Looksmaxxing space, right? Focusing on the face maxing and all that stuff, right? I don't think he went as extreme to like bone smashing or whatnot, but he just talked about how he was in that space. But the point I'm trying to make is that he says that he found that when you focus on like, the face game and things of that nature, you actually develop more of a pretty boy look, right? And when you hop on Bodygame, that's when you get that raw appeal, right? And so when you form those two things together, that's when you become bulletproof. I think both face game and Bodygame are important to practice, right? I just think Bodygame is really what's gonna turn heads because you take up a lot more space, and you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think that both are crucial. And I think those guys that only focus on like the face and only like trying to be as cute as possible, that's the problem with men these days. Everyone wants to optimize for being cute. They want, it's low-key feminine, right? And when you do that, you end up becoming like a, what do you call it? What is the term for it? Is it like a, I forgot let me know down below in the comments if you know the term. Is it like a femboy? No, like those pretty boy archetype. There's a name for it, but you end up like a pretty boy archetype. And I noticed that probably works when you're younger, when you're in your early 20s. But I think once you like get older and you grow up more, I think women start looking for more of a masculine kind of dude, right? Masculine guy who like is able to protect, provide, all that stuff. When you're younger, that's when haven't you noticed when you're younger, it's like mainly the like teenage girls and stuff that like focus on like, remember like Justin Bieber, he had the pretty boy look. Like the Cody Simpsons, like all these like pretty boy artists, like they had the pretty boy look. These guys were optimizing for that like feminine pretty boy look that girls in their, late teens to early 20s focus on. But once you get older, I think the the archetype that's more attractive is when you have more of a like masculine look to you. You have some muscle size to you. I'm not saying you gotta be like a Rodney Coleman, but like, you have some muscle size to you and you got a decent face and you groom and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying like, you need to maximize both, like both the face and the body, because both of those things are what is gonna get you the most attention, right? I always talk about don't be a one-trick pony, or don't emphasize only on one thing. That's why you gotta be at least like a B in every category, right? A B plus in every category. That way you have your report card is well-rounded, right? It's all about being a well-rounded man. But that's all we have to say for today. The main gist I want to get through to you guys is just think for yourself. Think for yourself, discern, and figure out what works for you, man. By the way, if you need help getting jacked, getting in shape for 2026 and you're not sure how, hit the link in the description for a free workout guide. It'll tell you exactly how to build muscle as a workout plan for free. Link in description. With that, you will be added to my private newsletter, right? And which is also for free, right? So hit that link in the description to get the free hyperbolic bulk method PDF guide. It shows you exactly how to build muscle, exactly how to build a physique that commands attention and never bores the audience. Once you get that guide, you'll be added to the newsletter where you'll receive even more value on a weekly basis. I'll give you nutritional tips, fitness advice, mindset advice, all of that jam, right? And if you need that one-on-one help, that one-on-one consultation, hit the link in the description. That link is there as well to book a one-on-one consultation so that we can come up with a personalized meal plan, fitness plan, and mindset plan so that you can actually build a physique in 2026. If that sounds like you, tap in with those links in the description or in the comment section. And remember to like this video and subscribe. And there's nothing enlightening about playing small. I'm gonna catch y'all. See ya.